Sorry about that. But also with the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Hermit energy in reverse, some of you could have been indulging in all sorts of things. You could have been overeating. Some of you could be depressed as of what's going, because of what happened. As a result, some of you could be overeating, okay, overindulging in drugs, anything that's bad for your health, okay, because the sixth house rules your health. It also rules discipline. It also rules your routines. So, for example, say you were, because of this situation, you're depressed about it. And so now your daily routine is you're going to come home if you go to work or whatever, and you're going to have a beer and you're going to do whatever. Or you're going to come home and you're going to eat a lot of, things that are not good for you. All right. So some of you need to be careful about what you're overindulging in. Also, what I get for these situations here is for some of you, you could have been dealing with someone who was trying to befriend you or be in a romantic connection with you just for the purpose of, taking from you or getting something from you. Others of you could have had a friend who was sleeping with someone else. Maybe you were in a relationship and your person you were in a relationship with could have been dealing with a friend of yours, and maybe you had some vibe about it, but you ignored it. It could be that. So there's a couple of different things that I feel here. But the long story short of it all, when we wrap it all up, no matter what your individual situation is that, somebody was not being sincere with you. Somebody was being dishonest, and Scorpio is your seventh house. So that's your house of partnerships. So you got heavy Scorpio energy here. You got Venus in Scorpio, and then you have the King of Cups. So for some of you, this was definitely a romantic connection, a romantic relationship, but it could have been a family member as well, because Libra not only deals with romantic relationships and marriage, it deals with business partnerships. So, the sixth house is where all of this energy is at for you, as far as the new moon in Libra, Mercury retrograde, and Mars. So it could be a work relationship here where somebody is pretending that they care about you, they want the best for you, they're pretending that they're concerned about your well-being, but in reality they're not. All right. And you may have been getting vibes and intuitive nudges about that, but you may have disregarded it because you were hopeful that that wasn't the case. Because here's the hopeful card here. You being hopeful that your intuition is not really on point about the situation. Okay, or maybe because your intuition was telling you to do something and you were ignoring it, you were getting depressed. Some of you were not paying attention to what was going on, and you could have been in situations that led to bad health, routines, patterns. The things that you were doing were not healthy for you. And so for some of you, you had to learn in some way, shape, or form some type of lesson with Saturn here and the Five of Cup and Five of Pentacle energy here and the Five of Cups. So you had to let go of something that wasn't beneficial to you anyway. Here's more Scorpio energy. So it was definitely a partnership or a friendship that you had to let go of. When I see the Five of Cups, I always think about, and it always reminds me of, the more I see it, the more I'm confirmed in my intuitive energy that I pick up from this card. This card is about somebody who did not have good intention for you anyway, but you tried to work things out. You may have gotten vibes that they didn't, but maybe you ignored them, okay? And then in the end, things didn't work out with you and this person anyway, so you separated. So, of course, you may have been depressed, okay, because that's the Five of Cup energy as well as, the rainstorm energy. So to me, a lot of you may have been depressed or really sad or hurt by the situation. But I get the energy of, when people say, oh, well, you're crying over spilled milk. What I feel like that spilled milk represents with this card is that, you tried to make a situation work out with someone who was not going to benefit you anyway, who had no intention of benefiting you. So, it didn't work out. You're upset, but you're crying. And it's over spilled milk. The spilled milk is the fact that this person didn't really care about you anyway. They didn't have any positive vibe about you anyway. They were just here to take advantage of you. And so, if that's a combination of you being sad about that, a combination of you being sad that you wasted so much time with this person, or you trusted this person, or you felt, that you opened up to them in some way, shape, or form, and then just dealing with the fact that they were not there for the, they were not there for the good. So, this Five of Cups really talks to me when it shows up in their reading. So I feel like some of you with that Saturn energy, because Saturn is about learning lessons, And it's all about discipline. So for some of you, you had some health issues you had to get out of, or some unhealthy patterns or unhealthy relationships, because Saturn also talks about being disciplined and saying, no, I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not going to participate in that anymore. But we got a hell of a lot of cups here. So, there was some undercover stuff that you were doing for some of you, maybe drinking a lot, because here's 8 cups right here. And then here's 9 cups in reverse right here with the Hermit energy in reverse, bad health. Okay, and then we have the 5 of Cups energy. Now, some of you may have gone to a doctor and may have found out that you may have an STD or got an STD from this lover and or friend that you were dealing with here. Okay, some of you may have found out that this person was dealing with a friend of yours. So if you were in a relationship with a young woman, for example, you may have found out that this young woman was dealing with your homeboy or a family member of yours. Okay. So yeah, that's what I get with that. So if anything else comes to me in reference to that as we move on, I'll revert back to this here. All right, but let's move on to career, money, and finance for you, Taurus. So we have the leave energy here. So a bunch of leaves. And then we have the Fool card in reverse. Okay. The challenge in the situation is being regretful, clarified with the rune called Jira. And I'll explain that to you in a sec. But the outcome or the possible solution to this scenario or situation is to embody the Libra energy, which is your 6th house, okay? Which is a house of partnerships, politicking, getting along with people, relating, connecting, trying to, resolve and bring things to a homeostasis type of energy between you two, meaning that everything is balanced and in order. We have that clarified with the 9 of Pentacle energy. Okay, so this is work, career, money, and finance here. So the leave energy here could represent somebody wanting to, of course, leave. It could also represent the fall. We're in the fall now, so it could be approaching this time where you're feeling like leaving work. Remember, these energies are in your 6th house. Okay, so your daily routines, at work. So I feel like maybe somebody has been watching you. Maybe you've been micromanaged. Okay, maybe there was something that went on at the job where, your boss may feel like they have to watch you or keep track of you on something. It could be poor performance. Maybe something went down, but it looks as though you were thinking about leaving. Maybe you were looking for other positions here. But the thing is that, you're not, there's an energy of not being regretful here. All right. So the Jira symbol and regretful. Now, the Jira symbol, this rune represents a cycle. Okay. So it represents fertility and abundance, manifesting your endeavors. It represents an anniversary or birthday, death, life, and rebirth. So this is talking to me about like a cycle or seasons of life. Right. So I feel like for some of you, you want to leave a situation. You've been thinking about it for a while with the Foe energy, because a Foe energy is an energy of just watching, investigating a situation. It's not quite an enemy. An enemy is someone who takes the information that they've been gathering, because a Foe gathers energy. And what a foe does is, if they become an enemy, it's because the information they gathered has been used against you. So there was some information that was being gathered in reference to leaving or wanting to leave or trying to get you to leave, something like that. But it came out in reverse, so no more information is being gathered. So there's no regret about that is what I'm getting here, because there's a cycle here that's going on. And then we have with the Libra energy here, an idealist type of energy with the 9 of Pentacles. So maybe some of you are like, you know what? Maybe you were considering leaving. But money might have been a concern in this situation. Let's get some clarity and get more information on this. Clarify this Foe energy in reverse for career, money, and finance for Taurus, please. We have that clarified with the 5 of Wands energy in reverse. Okay, so that's Mars and Leo. Clarify the rune Jira for me, please. As far as the challenge, we have the Ace of Wands, okay? And then let's clarify this 9 of Pentacle energy. So for some of you, you were looking for other positions. We have that clarified with the 5 of the Five of Clubs, which is also the Five of Wands. So we got the Five of Wands showing up twice here. So I do feel like there was an energy of someone, watching the competition, seeing what is available, what's not available, or the competition was watching you. I feel like that you were coming out of, you're ready to leave out of a work situation because it's a lot of stress. It could be a high competitive job. For some of you, maybe you're in a commission based job, okay, or you're, there's a numbers type of energy where you got to keep certain numbers, so for example, some type of sales job, right? And maybe you're feeling as if, or, this is not something that you want to do anymore, or you don't feel like competitive edge anymore. You're not, some people are not built to have, commission based only jobs or high commission jobs because you have to have that energy in you. I feel like you as a Taurus, you're a very grounded energy. So if you ain't got a lot of fire in your chart, which would put you in that position where you would be very competitive and be able to, connect with that Five of Wand energy here, because it came out in reverse. So I feel like for some of you, you're tired of competing. Maybe you've been applying for other positions and you've not been getting chosen, and you've been just eyeing the environment, seeing what's going on. Why am I not being chosen? Why are these other people being chosen over me? And then you're deciding, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to leave. And I'm not regretful at all. I want something new. With that regretful energy, the Ace of Wands, yeah, the Lover's energy in reverse is like you may be feeling like you made a decision to stay and you shouldn't have, okay? Or maybe you feel like, you know what, I'm making the right decision to leave, all right? Because it's time with that Jira symbol. It's time. It's been a certain amount of years that I've been here. It's unfortunate that I have to go. Or some of you, this is past tense. Some of you are reminiscing about a job that you used to have, because Mercury is in retrograde in your 6th house, and that talks about the work environment you had. Or maybe you're reminiscing about the way things used to be in that work environment. I did say that in the beginning when we first turned on the camera here. So for some of you, you could be, you may have left the job because of what was going on, and now maybe you're feeling regret about leaving it. So it could be because of the money that you made there, okay? Or it could have been that, it was just too much competition at the time. So I feel like with this Libra energy, this talks about a harmonious environment. I feel like there was no balance in the situation. I just feel like it was highly competitive, and it was all about who could bring in the most money. And so maybe you felt like after you left that you shouldn't have left, or maybe you feel like, you know what, this is not the environment for me. I picked this job by mistake. I didn't know it was going to be like this. This is not my style of thing here. And so now you're reminiscing about it and looking back at it as to why you chose this position in the first place. With the Seven of Swords here, you're not saying anything about it, but, you're watching everybody else and seeing what everybody else is doing to see who makes somebody may be upset. You may be upset because you see that somebody's making more money than you. But in the competitive type of industry, sometimes you're able to see, the stats that everybody's doing along with you. I feel like there's an energy like that here for you guys. And I feel like you're not regretful about leaving this environment. You definitely want to leave. Your intuition is telling you to bounce. I feel like you definitely want to bounce. I feel like you've been here for a period of time. And I feel like with the Lover's energy and regretful, as far as the challenge, I feel like some of you are just, you've already left and you regret leaving, or, you realize that this is not the type of work environment that you need to be in. Like, for example, if it's a high volume sales environment and you got to make them numbers every day or you get fired, that's a lot of stress. And then there's a lot of competition that comes with that. So some of you are dealing with something like that with the career, money, and finance. All right, let's go on to your love life, family life, and social life. So we got a man here. And we have that clarified with fortune. The challenge in the situation here is being discouraged. And then we have the rune called Dagaz. And we'll talk about that in a second. So that's your challenge. The outcome or the possible solution to your challenge here in this situation, which is your love life, family life, or social life, is the semi-sextile energy. The semi-sextile is an aspect that happens in the chart. And that aspect is an energy of allowing things to just happen and be, allowing things to pan out the way they're supposed to pan out without trying to change things up and switch things up. And then we have that clarified with the Knight of Swords energy, which is Gemini energy. Again, Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini. And we got Mercury in retrograde in your house of your daily routines, okay? And how you do things every day, what you do every day. When you get up, what time do you normally get up? How do you normally have breakfast? If you do, what do you normally have? What time do you normally go to the bathroom? During the day. Sometimes people go to the bathroom around the same time every day. Like everything, whatever you do daily. That's the sixth house. All right. So with the man here and the fortune energy. Like this man, let's take a look at the challenge first, because this is kind of vague to me. This is the best way for me to pick up on it intuitively. So there's a discouragement here with the Daga symbol. The Daga symbol talks about transformation. It talks about reversing energy, balancing things out. So there's some discouragement here because things are not balanced out, okay? Things are uneven. So the situation is that, maybe you're a mature individual, because this is a level of maturity. Okay, with this older man, you see he has a gray beard. But he's also smiling, too. He could just be in the picture without a smile like this. But he's smiling because of some type of fortunate situation here. Maybe some of you are retiring, okay? And maybe you're happy. You retired. You got a decent pension. Okay, maybe you came into some money from an elderly relative or a family member or something like that. And let's get clarity on that and see what that's all about before I speak more on that. Clarify this fortune energy for Taurus for their love life, family life, and social life. Clarify fortune, please. Thank you. We have that clarified with the 10 of Cups. So some type of family inheritance, I feel like, for some of you could be the case here. But the challenge is that you're discouraged about this. Maybe it's because you have to, it's about balance. How can I say this? It's about, divvying up everything for everybody is what I'm feeling here. There could have been some money that came in. It could be that somebody maybe passed away. But we have fortune and family. With this discouraged energy, the challenge is that you're discouraged because there's some type of change coming about. It could be that maybe somebody's retired and they don't have family. They don't have any kids. They don't have a wife or a husband. And maybe they're feeling a bit discouraged about that because maybe they've come into some money and they want to have it to share with someone. But let's get clarity on this allowing energy in this Knight of Swords. Because the Knight of Swords is about some type of message. We have that clarified with the 2 of Pentacles. Maybe you're deciding on if you want to say anything to anybody about it, if you want to share it with your family or not. Maybe you come into some money. And maybe you're debating on if you want to share it or tell anybody. You may be discouraged to share. Maybe somebody's discouraging you to share this. Yeah, we got the World energy here. Something being wrapped up, some type of cycle or traveling. Somebody may want to travel. But Saturn energy is the World energy. So wrapping up some type of cycle. Yeah, I feel like somebody came into some money. Okay, it could have been from a family inheritance. But I feel like, somebody broke up out of a connection and they came into some money and they're debating on if they want to let anybody know about the money. I feel like they're keeping it to themselves. I feel a strong energy of someone keeping it to themselves and not telling anybody or debating on if they're going to share it with someone or not. But I feel like this area here with your personal life and the third area here with your family life, love life, social life are connected in a sense here. So I feel like, like I said, somebody's coming to some money We're talking about family money here, 10. And then we have this older man here. So I'm feeling like it's inheritance. Because again, your Scorpio is your 7th house. Scorpio deals with other people's money. Money that comes to you from, someone who passed away, or someone who may just want to pass something down to you. And I feel like for some of you, you have a family inheritance of some sort. And you may be feeling the energy of changing things up. With the world energy, wrapping up some type of cycle. Clarify this world energy, please. You have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, revealing something to someone, telling someone that you have this money. Just telling people, period. I feel like you may have gone through a divorce too with the 10 of Cups. That could be a divorce. If it's not a family inheritance from someone passing away, it's a divorce and you came into some money. And, yeah, okay, here's the 7 of Swords upright. Yeah, so you came into some money somehow. Maybe you didn't know you had this money coming, or you kept it hush-hush to yourself. And the challenge is, should you say anything? Because we got the 2 of Pentacles here as the outcome, and it's you debating on if you want to say anything or if you want to share it. We have that clarified, yeah, with the King of Pentacles. Yeah, see? You come into some money. Somebody came into some money, or somebody's coming into some money. From a family inheritance, maybe someone who passed away or passed some money down to you. If it's not that, it's from a divorce and or a separation. Okay? Or some type of life insurance policy as well, it could be. Okay? Where somebody passed away. Something like that. All right? But I feel like you're coming into money. Okay, and it has nothing to do with work. See, when you come into money, because again, we're dealing with your 8th house, with Venus in the 8th house, and a lot of scorpionic energy here. So, like I said, these two are related, because there's a lot of scorpionic energy here. Scorpio deals with other people's money, or money that you get outside of working, because Taurus, your house represents the money you get from working. Your opposite polarity is Scorpio, and that's money you get from other people, meaning somebody donated money to you, someone gave you money, you went into business with someone, but just money that you get from outside of working. And I feel like you've come into some money, or you're going to come into some money via a divorce, a separation, an insurance policy, an estate, a will, inheritance. It could be taxes as well. Okay, but this is where you get the message here with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so you could be waiting on this message. You may already know about it, and you're just waiting for it to come through. All right, and you're debating on if you're, what you're going to do, if you're going to say anything. For some of you, it's a cycle that wrapped up. It could be, like I said, a divorce or a separation here, but there's definitely a cycle that wrapped up. And what it is also is that this is karma for you. All right, you inheriting this money, or you getting this money. But it's also retirement too. I feel like for some of you, it could be retirement as well. Again, money that you get from other sources outside of work. All right, so let's move on, because that part's going to vary for all of you. So let's see. Let's get some divine timing out here. So we got 3 cards here. So we got next winter. So for some of you, next winter, this is this coming winter, because we're not here yet. So winter will be December 21st, when Capricorn season begins. December 21st, December 22nd. So this coming winter, or it could be next winter, 2022. Either way. All right. Then we have Pisces season. Okay, so that could be this coming Pisces season, because next winter is Pisces season. Winter doesn't end until March, and Pisces season goes from February 20th or 21st through March 20th or 21st, and we will be in the winter. So for some of you, this is about coming winter, Pisces season, specifically. All right, so then it is 2022 for some of you. Now we have over the weekend. Okay, so something could be going down in any of these scenarios or situations over the weekend. All right, so there's the divine timing cards. All right, so let's see what your money situation could be looking like for the month of October. If you're going to be spending money, what are you going to be spending it on outside of your normal bills. And if you're going to be getting money, you know, where is it coming from? All right, so it's one or the other. Could be a combination of both. All right, everybody got car repairs. I've been getting that for a lot of people, car repairs. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just that time of year where it's routine, you know, where people to get your tires, get everything winterized. So that could be the case, or you could actually have some, you know, work that needs to be done on your car. We have government assistance and government benefits. So maybe a stimulus check may be passed this month, okay? And some of us will all be getting hooked up. That would be beautiful. But government assistance, so like I said, for some of you, you're getting some money from somewhere. It could be government assistance in the form of taxes. Okay, so I feel like this is stimulus for a lot of you. So that's positive vibes. Let me put that out there. Yeah, because the challenge is we got Saturn. Saturn rules government. Wrapping up a cycle, you know, and it being revealed to you. So there could be some back taxes that you might have collected some money on. All right, but government assistance in some way. So the government, somebody might be getting some money from estates, inheritances, life insurance policies. Did I say retirement? Yeah. So, you know, government assistance can also be Social Security. It can also be like maybe somebody is getting food stamps. Somebody could be getting government assistance as far as with their housing. Okay, so it could be that type of government assistance as well. All right, but somebody got some money coming. All right, that's beautiful. Maybe to help you take care of them car repairs. All right. And then we have credit score that came out. So I don't know if you're going to be speaking with someone about fixing your credit score. I don't even know why I put this card in here, because it could be, you know, because you can spend money consolidate. I got that though, credit card consolidation in here. So I don't know why I put credit score in there, but let's just pull another one. So we have time, okay, time to find a job or new job or part-time job. Yes, somebody could be retiring, and somebody also, like I talked about in your career, money, and finance section, you could be looking for another job, or you could have left this job and been regretful. Now you need to find a part-time, or maybe you're like, yo, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm just going to find me a part-time or find me another job. All right, so I was on point with that. All right. Now let's see what's going on with you guys with love. For those of you who are in love situations or want to hear about something going on. Now it could be you married, it could be you in a long-term relationship, you could be in a situationship, you could be single, you could be looking for love. Doesn't matter. All right, so just take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your situation, don't try to make it fit. Don't do that to yourself, driving yourself bonkers. Some of you need to have more fun. Some of y'all work, and you need to have fun. Okay. Or what could also, this card also has come out many times when someone is trying to play you. All right, and I do get here that somebody might have been trying to play you for money, or someone was playing you while you were dealing with them. They were dealing with someone else. Now, for some of you, you're in a destined partnership, meaning that this partnership came about for you to learn something about yourself. Okay, and what you want and don't want in relationships, and how you're going to let people treat you, things like that. So for some of you, there's a spiritual lesson here in whatever this connection is and or was. Let's get one more from this deck. Okay, so somebody's got new love coming in. For others of you, you may have someone from the past coming back. But I feel like this person from the past, if this is this person who did you dirty, you know, you're going to have to decide what's best for you. All right. But, you know, you're dealing with your 6th and definitely your 7th house with the scorpionic energy, Venus and Libra. And then your 6th house is Mercury retrograde. So some of you could be reminiscing about, you know, the time you spent with someone, you know, when you two were together or in a relationship. Some of you could be, you know, looking back at that and wanting that old thing back, that old connection you had, the routine you had, you know, with each other, what you guys used to do with each other, and you know, how you guys lived, you know, just your day-to-day routine. Okay. Let's get some advice from another deck here. All right, energies for Taurus. Messages for Taurus, please. Thank you. So we have a leg up. Yeah, see, somebody was messing around with you, trying to get in your pockets. Or you could be the Taurus who was messing around with someone just for money. You know, the roles can be reversed. All right, let's see what else we got here. Cross-watcher may say that. You know, cross-watcher may say, no, yeah, they was messing with me for money. or trying to get money from me. Now we have chopped wood in reverse here. So for some of you, this energy is past tense. It's like, oh yeah, I dealt with that about a year ago or 3 months ago. So chopped wood could have came out in reverse, meaning you've already tied these situations up. You've already cleaned it up. Because if you look at the chopped wood card, this is all about a mop, a bucket, a broom. Let's clean things up. For others of you, you could be in this situation right now, and instead of you trying to get out of it, which I feel like for some of you, you're in a fated partnership here. Somebody could have been using you or could be using you, and you know that. The universe is telling you that, you know, don't ignore your intuition, clean this situation up, because we do have somebody ignoring their intuition with these cards here. All right? So going against your better judgment here and not leaving a situation that you know is over. Whether you're the one using someone or somebody's using you and you know they are. Because there's definitely some using going on around here. All right? I see that here in the cards. More than one deck. One more card from this deck for Taurus, please. What do they need to know? All right, we're just going to take this top one and put these back. Yep, time for a nap. So some of you need to get your rest. You ain't been taking care of yourself. Like I told you with the health routines. Some of you been up all night doing whatever you do, smoking, drinking, you know, maybe you can't sleep because of the situation here that's stressing you out. But some of you need to get rest because this is where you get your downloads. And like I was telling you, some of you are not listening to your intuition. So if you're always high and drunk or whatever because you're upset about a situation, because you got Uranus in your first house. Your first house deals with your mentality. All right. And Uranus is a planet that says it's a planet that comes in and rebels. Okay, so you could have had, you're a very stable, grounded energy. You're used to routine and pattern and stability. And Uranus comes into your first house. So your mind state was stable, mental, wherever it was, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent that you were involved in. It was stable. It was steady. Well, Uranus came into your first house and went retrograde, and all hell broke loose with your mentality and your thoughts. Everything starts changing. You start rebelling against what you normally would do, your daily routines, or the people around you start rebelling. And so it's a situation where it's like, okay, I realize that something is up. It's time for me to move on, which is the Saturn energy here, wisdom. It's time for you to move on from a situation. All right, so that's what you guys are dealing with. And Uranus is going to be in your first house up until January 18th when the North Node for us goes into Taurus. All right, so you will be dealing with the energies of, changing your thought process and your mind state about relationships and, just in general about you up until then. So just know that this energy, it could be pretty intense, but at least you have an understanding or a time frame of when it might start to quell or cool down a bit. But the universe wants you to change shit up, basically. So this is why that's going on here. And then we have here and now. So this is an indicator for some of you, a very big red flag. Not to go back to the past or not to let the past back in. Because for some of you, you're trying to go back to someone or someone is trying to come back to you, but they don't have good intention. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Somebody could be coming towards you because, again, they need financial help. All right? Let's get 3 more cards and we'll wrap up your reading. Actually, we're going to end it here. All right? Because I don't want to make this too long. So this is what I got for you, Taurus. If you need a personal, reach out. My information's in the box below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. If it doesn't resonate, check your other placements. And then there's some other videos that are showing up on the screen. What's going on, Taurus? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy. And I'm here to bring you your October 2021 new moon in Libra reading. I'm naming it new moon in Libra because the new moon in Libra is showing up on I believe it's the 6th or the 7th of October. And coupled with that, we also have Mercury in retrograde in the house of Libra. We also have Mars in the house of Libra. So the energies are really intense right now for a lot of people. For you, here's Libra for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Libra's in your 6th house. All right. So the 6th house is the house of, self-discipline. It's the house of your pets. So you may notice your pets may act a little weird within the next couple of days. We got Mercury retrograde there. So this could have a lot to do with your changes, and you may notice and feel and decide that you may want to change up your routine, the way you're doing things. Maybe the way you're doing things right now is uncomfortable for you. It's not happy for, you're finding problem with it. Maybe you're looking back at a time, place, or situation where your routine, the things you did on a daily basis were a lot simpler then. Things may have gotten more complex for you. And maybe you're reminiscing about when things were simpler in those areas. It could have something to do with your work, your work as well, as far as where you work, the responsibilities you have at work. Okay, maybe that's getting to be a little bit more challenging, or maybe it's getting to be easier. It just depends on your situation. But we're dealing with those energies in your sixth house. So this is going to be a general read for Taurus. It doesn't matter what placement of Taurus you have. We all have Taurus in our chart. But if you're a sun sign Taurus, you have all of these energies, the Mercury retrograde, the new moon in Libra, as well as Mars, all in your sixth house. I did do a video entitled the October Astrological Analysis, because it kicks off the very intense lunar energies that we're going to be experiencing back to back to back to back until the end of the year. Because for you, Taurus, what's going on is we are transitioning from the North Node in Gemini to the North Node in Taurus, and that's going to happen on the 18th of January. All right, so lunar eclipse is coming, solar eclipse is coming, full moons, new moons are coming, and they're going to be a little intense between now and then, because we're tying up the energies of the North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, so that we can go into North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio on January 18th. Also for you, you got Uranus in your first house, which is going to go direct on January 18th as well. But we'll talk about that as we get closer to it. But just wanted to give you a little rundown of, the intensity of the energies as it progresses towards the end of the year, and how it's going to be affecting you specifically too. All right. So with that being said, take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay. If you want a personal reading, my information is in the box below. If this doesn't resonate with you, okay, no worries. It's a collective reading, and there's going to be a couple hundred Tauruses and cross watchers watching. So, again, take what resonates, leave the rest, okay? So let's get going. So the first column here is your personal life. The middle column is your career, money, and finance. The third column represents your love life, family life, and social life. And then we have 3 rows. So the top row represents the current situation in each of those areas. The middle row represents the challenges you may face in each of those areas. And then the bottom row represents a possible solution or outcome to servicing these challenges in those areas. All right? So let's get into it. Let's talk about your personal life first. So we have the rain and storm card clarified with the friend card. It came out in reverse. Okay, so that's the current situation in your personal life. The challenge is that you're feeling hopeful in this situation, or the challenge is feeling hopeful in the situation. And then we have the rune called Lagos. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So that's your challenge. And then the possible solution or outcome is Saturn energy. Saturn is all about learning from experience too. But when we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like what's going on here is you could be missing someone. Maybe you found out that someone deceived you. And it was an unfortunate situation here. But I feel like you're not hopeful of reconnecting with this person. You may have lost some friends. I feel like a lot of you, because you had a lot of energies in your 11th house, you guys were dealing with a lot of energies in reference to the people that you socialize with. So some of you have basically just outgrown some of the social groups that you were involved in. Some of you have decided to leave some of the organizations that you were affiliated with. Okay, some of you could be in organizations that are, humanitarian based, and maybe you're seeing a change of guard there, or change in scenarios and situations there. And so maybe you're questioning your position there. But I feel like with the challenge here, as far as a friend is concerned, some of you have lost a friend, or some of you have lost a few friends. Okay, but it's like you're not hopeful for the situation. The Lagos energy, when it's in reverse, because it is in reverse here. This is what it looks like when it's upright. But it came out in reverse for, you feeling hopeful about the situation. Because it's like the situation is either dried up, or it's like, you would be moving against the current if you kept these people around, okay? It's like, I feel like you just outgrown a lot of these people or this relationship. And so, I feel like you maybe have felt like you were not heard, you were not respected. I feel like you were going through a transformation, of course, with also Uranus in your first house. So you're going through a transformation about how you feel about things, what you want in life, how you want things to go. And so for a lot of you, you know, that included outgrowing some of the connections that you had with people because maybe they betrayed you in some way, shape, or form, or you found out that they were betraying you, or you simply just outgrew this relationship. But I feel like for some of you, you know, it's a combination of all these things, but it's still very painful. And some of you could be feeling depressed about it. But I feel like there was a definite outgrowing, okay, because Saturn is the outcome here or the possible solution to the situation. Now, Saturn is all about, you know, outgrowing situations. Saturn is father time. So Saturn comes around and he tells us, okay, it's time to outgrow this. It's time to move on from this. You're no longer at the state where this is going to be important for you. So it's about changing your routines and patterns. And we're talking about all of these energies being in your sixth house, which deals with your daily routines and patterns. So you're not hanging out with these people anymore. You know, maybe you used to on the weekends hang out with these people, or, you know, maybe you go over their house, they go over your house. Maybe you guys would do things together. Maybe you were in groups together, organizations together, but you're not participating in that energy anymore because you've outgrown it. Right? And we clarified that with the Five of Pentacles. So, you know, you could be feeling isolated, alone, because maybe these are people that you've known for so long, and now all of a sudden, you know, they're no longer your friends, with the friend card in reverse. And it could be, you know, very difficult for you during this transformation. All right. But let's get some clarity on that. Because, yeah, I feel like a lot of you have outgrown people. You found out that these people, they could have been doing things behind your back. You know, they could have been giving you, you know, doing things like, it could be family too, you know, or people you may have considered family. But these people could have been doing things behind your back, and you may have just found out about it, or you've just outgrown them, and it's sad, but it is what it is. Clarify friend energy in reverse, please, for Taurus. Yeah, we have the King of Cup energy here. So, you know, this scorpionic energy is about transformation. So I feel like for you, you've just outgrown these people. Or for some of you, you may have found that this person maybe had hidden motives or hidden agendas. Okay, that could be the case as well. Let's see what the challenge is about here. So you're not feeling hopeful about reconnecting with these people because for some of you, you may have been ignoring your intuition about these people. You could have found out that they were being deceitful to you in a negative sense, and maybe your intuition was telling you something, but you were like, nah, that wouldn't happen. My people wouldn't do me like that. And in reality, maybe you found out that they were. For others of you, it's just dealing with these people. You've outgrown them. You're no longer associated with the things that they like to do. Like, so maybe you used to hang out with people who, when you get off work, you know, maybe they just wanted to hang out and just, you know, just hang out. And that's it. They weren't doing anything in reference to goals. They didn't have any ambition outside of work. They just would come home and just do nothing. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But maybe you have outgrown that. That could be an example. All right. Yeah, we have the Nine of Cup energy in reverse. So I feel like, you know, you were happy with these connections at one point with the Nine of Cup in reverse, but you've realized again, you know, it's not what you want to do. For some of you, you were hanging around people who were doing a lot of drugs, you know, and you've outgrown that. It's like I can't live like that no more. I can't be, you know, just hanging out, drinking beer, smoking weed every day after work. You know, there are other things that I have to do, you know. So, you know, that's just an example because the Nine of Cups in reverse could talk about addictions of some sort. You know, that could be that as well. But let's take a look at, let me get my other deck here. Here it is. Let's take a look at the outcome here, or the solution. So yeah, you're going to have to leave these people behind. Maybe they left you behind, but I feel like for you, you're realizing, look, I got to leave this behind. This is not something that I'm interested in dealing with anymore. Could be an organization too. For some of you, it could be an occult organization that you were involved in, you know, or secret society, or just, you know, you would get together with a secret group of friends, you know, with the scorpionic energy. It was like a brotherhood for some of you, or a sisterhood, okay? And, you know, you realize that there's somebody who betrayed you. You know, they were doing things behind your back, talking about you behind your back, hating on you, and you may have found out about it. Your intuition was telling you something was up, and then you found out about it. Clarify this Five of Pentacles. And this Five of Pentacle energy just represents the fact that, you know, now that you found out about this, you have to separate from these people. Somebody could have been trying to steal money from you, okay? Because, you know, the King of Cup energy, that's scorpionic energy. Scorpionic energy deals with other people's money. And then we also have the Five of Pentacles. Some of you could have been in a situation where someone was taking money from you, or you found out somebody was trying to take money from you. Yeah, here's the Five of Cup. Yeah, so these people could have been pretending to be your friend just to take advantage of you financially. Or you could have been in a relationship with this person with the King of Cup energy, and you found out that these people were just using you or taking advantage of you because, maybe you had financial standing that they didn't. What's this King of Cup energy? Just one card for the King of Cup. Yeah, because Scorpionic energy is hidden motives, hidden energy. Okay, yeah, and then we have that clear. Oh, here's this. I was about to say Venus in Scorpio right now. Here's the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is Venus in Scorpio. All right. So for some of you, you really didn't see what was going on. It was hidden energy. For a while, you didn't see it. But your intuition was like, wait a minute, what's up with this? Something ain't right with this. And that's where the Lagaz card came in too. Some of you were ignoring your intuition. You were like, nah, they wouldn't do this to me. Nah, they wouldn't. That's not what's going on. But you found that they were around you because they were just taking advantage of you, using you, benefiting from you in some way, shape, or form. What's this Nine of Cup energy in reverse? But you were happy with this situation at one point. You were happy with these people, whether it was a relationship, an intimate relationship, whether it was a friendship. Yeah, see, here's the Hermit energy in reverse. So, for some of you, you could have been doing things that were not good for your health. Like I said, drinking a lot, smoking a lot, maybe sleeping around without protection. Maybe you were hanging out with guys who did this or who do this, or maybe you're hanging around with females who get down like this. Okay, yeah, so maybe you hang around. I'm sorry, I got a message on my phone. So yeah, maybe you were hanging around people who were doing things that were bad for your health, like overindulging in things, because the Hermit energy represents health. And keep in mind, all of these lunar energies, like the Mercury retrograde, the new moon in Libra, as well as Mars, are all in your 6th house, which is ruled by the Hermit. All right, so the Hermit is in reverse. So here again is another indication here that you weren't following your intuition as well, because you see the Hermit, he follows the light. Okay, and it came out in reverse. Okay, so hold on a sec. I love you guys. I wish you a happy October. Take care of yourselves.